Yes, my people. Welcome to episode 26 of your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Chronicles. I'm your boy PROZECH. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us one more time. For all of those that managed to watch our most recent episode with J2K, I just want to thank you. I just want to thank him once again because it was an amazing interview. If you didn't manage to catch that, that's available on all digital platforms. If you're new to the podcast, first and foremost, obviously, welcome. You can only be a guest once. After that, you're family. If you like what you hear, if you like the podcast, feel free to leave a comment. Them likes really are important, my G. So click that like button and help out your boy. And obviously subscribe if you would like to. And if you're just listening to the podcast on whether it be Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of these other digital platforms, make sure to leave a 5-star review. I appreciate you. Also, feel free to listen to our old episodes. We've got like about 25 other ones of this, all on this particular platform that you're watching on or you're listening on. They're all there. They're all available. Make sure to go listen to those. And if you ever want to get in contact with me, I ain't hard to find, my G. Yeah, I'm PROZECH on all social media platforms. Yeah, holler at me. I will always follow back. This week, we are talking to sneaker content creator Shay Kray. Yes, finally, we've got a woman back on the podcast, some feminine energy. Yeah, because there were too many men up in here. Since I come back and started the podcast, Shay Kray will be the first woman gracing our podcast since we've come back, and yeah, she did not disappoint. It was absolutely amazing. She came with the energy, she came with some new perspective, she came with a different take and some wild takes as well. Definitely came with that hot fire, man, like only she could. And yeah, I really enjoyed this interview. But before we get into the interview, I had one little piece of news that I wanted to chat to you guys about because I've been looking forward to this for a minute. It's been almost 2 years and I hadn't heard anything, and all of a sudden this thing may be dropping next month. Yeah, so let's talk about it. Some of you may know already, but I'm talking about Mr. Jerry Lorenzo. Jerry Lorenzo, Fear of God, yeah? Almost 2 years ago, Jerry Lorenzo and Fear of God signed a deal with Adidas to produce a basketball line. Yeah? To produce a basketball line. Now, 2 years have passed. Haven't really seen very much happen in terms of production. It's fair to say the landscape has somewhat changed in the meantime. In fact, it's kind of come completely full circle. But obviously, because of the inactivity throughout the last 2 years, it left people wondering, and a few rumors started to swell that maybe there'd been some form of creative difficulties or differences that had been causing the delay. I'm here today to tell you that you can put those fears aside. Fear of God is good, but the fear of this not coming out, you don't need that, because it is coming out. The man himself has said that in April 2023, as in literally next month, they're about to drop a ready-to-wear line and a performance sneaker. Not a basketball sneaker, not a performance sneaker, right? Now, let's get into this sneaker because there actually is a sample, right? Video and some photos have come out of a sample, and the keen-eyed among you are gonna recognize it's kind of reminiscent of another collaborator's work, shall we say, right? So I'm gonna throw up some pictures on screen, and you guys can be the judge, right? So for me, looking at this shoe, there is a heavy, weighty influence from the Yeezy 750. Very heavy influence from the Yeezy 750, right? For those that are listening, I'm going to try and describe the shoe. So imagine the Yeezy 750 is kind of like a boot-like silhouette. So the top half is kind of like a black mesh, black laces as well, with a black strap going across the middle, right? Now the toe box is white, it's kind of suede looking with 3 black stripes, okay? Obviously because it's Adidas. Now the midsole is kind of translucent looking, and it looks like it's encasing some Boost as well. So it looks like a very cool shoe. when it came out 10 years ago as a Yeezy 750. But I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's clear to see it's taken a massive amount of influence from the Yeezy 750. I mean, Adidas themselves took a massive amount of influence from the Yeezy 750. And it's funny, we actually talk about that with Shay Kray in the Adidas Tubular. The Adidas Tubular is basically a knockoff of the Yeezy 750 anyway. But in this particular shoe, depending on whether the sample is representative of how the shoe's going to actually be, they use some different materials. So it's not exactly the same. They haven't used the exact same suede and they haven't used the zip on the side, but it is very close from what I can see. So I ain't mad at the shoe. I like the Yeezy 750 silhouette, and this shoe, the photos and the videos that we've seen, it's a nice looking shoe. It's an interesting looking shoe. Like, I think this shoe could actually bang. It's actually pretty cool. But I can think of one person that might have a small issue with this shoe coming out, and his name rhymes with Barnier Lest. So let's see what my man says when this shoe drops, if this shoe drops, right? We'll keep our eye out on all of that for when it drops next month. Hey, now at Kicks Chronicles, you guys already know, man, we're all about sneaker connections. It's not about how big your collection is, it's about how deeply you're connected to the culture. And I could not think of anyone more connected to the culture than Shay Kray. You get me? Shay Kray's connected, yeah? Sneaker content creator, as I said, 1/4 of the SWO podcast. And for those that don't know, SWO stands for the Sneaker World Order. Shout out to all my old school wrestling fans for the NWO, Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, the Outsiders, you know, all of them, man, there. Yeah, I'm an old school wrestling guy, so I like that. I gravitated to that. She's actually from Northampton, you get me? Up north. Hampton, you get me? I'm assuming Northampton's from up north because Southampton's down south. So yeah, let's assume and let's just go with that. We get into her sneaker history. She loves the Jordan 4. White cement was one of the first shoes that she purchased. She also talks about how hip hop influenced her love for Bape. Now, Bape is I'm wearing Bape right now. I got the Billionaire Boys Club hat on as well. You get me, man? I'm a Bape guy. She's a Bape girl if there ever was one. You get me? She also gets at me, you know. She also puts it on me a little bit for some comments that I made about how to properly rock your Jordan 1 lost and found. Now you guys let me know in the comments below whether I was wrong for what I said, right? But I said, right, if you're rocking black laces on your lost and founds, you can't be trusted as a human being. Because you think you're MJ and you're about to put up 60 and it's not happening. You're not that guy. You get me? The best way for this shoe to look is with a white lace on that white tongue. You get me? So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you're black lace, your team black lace, let me know. If you're team white lace, let me know. But that wasn't all that we ended up getting into. She also told me one sneaker ick that she has, where she literally just throws a whole brand under the bus, which was absolutely hilarious. So an amazing guest. Shay Kray was absolutely amazing, and an interview I hope that you guys will find interesting and entertaining. I certainly did. Now, with all of that being said, I'm your boy PROZECH. Oh, it's time. Yeah. I'm your boy PROZECH. This is Kicks Chronicles, and today's guest is the amazing Shay Kray. Enjoy. Yes, my people. Big PROZECH back again. You already know what it is. Kicks Chronicles. We're here, and I'm here with. Do you know what? I don't even know how to describe this amazing young lady. You get me? In the game. Shay Kray is in the building. The very one.
That's a big intro.
You know why I'm so happy, right? Apart from the fact that, like, I rate you. I rate your content. You get me? You're one of the guys that sort of reached out with the SWO when I was starting in the game early. And that will always be, like, special to man as well. But female perspective.
Yes.
We need it.
We do.
You get me? We need a little bit of that female perspective on this game. You get me? I know it for a fact. It's been a little male heavy since PROZECH come back for the Kicks Chronicles, man. So we needed a cherry on the cake. We needed some spice. We needed something different. You get me? And different perspectives are important. And I feel, obviously, with your connection to the culture, I'm looking forward to this pod. You get me? But yeah, how you doing? What's kicking?
I'm good.
Shay Kray, what's kicking?
I told you before we came on, I was nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, innit? I was just like I said, I'm with the big dogs, so I'm like, right.
You're rolling with the big boys now.
The heat or something, I can't just like chat nothing. I gotta come with like real, yeah.
No, you got that, man. You're good for it. You know what we do here? We like to take it right back to the beginning. You get me? So, talk to me. What was that shoe that said to you, Shay Kray, you need me in your life? You get me? That one that spoke to your heart. You get me? That one that made you say, you know what? If I get this kick, the whole thing's about to turn around. You get me? What was that? What was the one that said you got to have me?
It's tough because I feel like there were kicks definitely probably before the kick I'm going to choose that kind of got me a little bit interested. But the one that really set off like the heavy picking up kicks was probably the Jordan 4 Cements.
Aye.
And this is how mad it was. I picked them up on sneakers. Easy. This was like 2016 release. They're probably sitting. It was the easiest cop ever.
Oh my days.
I miss those times, bro. I miss them.
Those days. The thing is, I can't even lie to you. I wasn't on sneakers like that.
But
in those days. Not that I wasn't on kicks, but just even in the scene to actually even know how to cop like that. But the thing is, for you, I think that works better in your favour because now you don't have the disappointment. You've just always been disappointed. I've lived in disappointment.
You don't know any better.
Like my life, for real. Yes, correct. My life has been a disappointment in terms of kicks. In other areas, I'm doing well. God is good. But in this area, Nike have consistently disappointed through that app. Now I rate you still. Yeah, just picked up that ones where you didn't even have to wake up. Did you have to wake up at 8 o'clock or did you?
I had to wake up at 8, but it was like back then I didn't even used to worry. It'd be like, right, I'll get up at 8, I'll buy the kicks, I'll go back to sleep. Like there was no stress involved. Like I didn't even think there's a possibility of me not getting them. Like I hit every time.
Wowza. So you're like, your purchase list must be crazy. Like you must have a beautiful purchase list. Oh, my thing looks mad, bro. My thing looks nuts. Just super L'd out, man. Just la 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 la. But yeah, the white cements, super hard shoe. Can't say enough nice things about that shoe. Jordan 4 in general, is that your kick? Or like when you were growing up, like sort of what was the shoe that was sort of popular in your area? Like what did you see that was most prevalent?
I love a 4. I think 4's like the first kind of silhouette that when I started collecting, like I gravitated towards it. Like I like this. But for kicks in my ends, like I'm going to shout out Northampton. I love Northampton. Big up everyone in NN, yeah? But,
shout out Northampton
but
in the busy.
No kick game here. No one was wearing kicks. It was just me. Like, I didn't know anyone else wearing kicks.
Wow. Just dolo, just with the kicks.
I love my friends too in it out here. To this day, none of my friends into kicks. It's me solo. They think I'm crazy.
So paint me a picture. Yeah, you're rolling out. Maybe you're going to cinema. You're going to see your friend or whatever, and you've got on a pair of Jordans on, and your friend maybe they've got like just shoes on, or they've got like some DCs.
Not even that. It's
some
not
Airwalks.
It's the Primani specials. That's it.
Okay, a little plimsoll. I respect it. And this is one of the reasons why, apart from the fact that, like, you're a female, so you got a different perspective, but you're from a different part of the country, which is awesome. Because speaking to a lot of people from London, you get a very similar perspective. And I think it's great to get a perspective from people from different parts of the country, because your sneaker culture is going to be slightly different to how it was for me, especially when you were growing up. And then obviously people from different countries and so on and so forth, man. So that's vibes. I like that because that's honesty and that's life, man. That's a life. And then the thing is, obviously, if that's the case, before you got into kicks, like what was on your feet?
I don't even remember a time before kicks. I'm trying to think what was on my feet. I definitely had some Nikes and that, especially growing up. I was trying to think because I was like, what's he gonna ask me? And I was like trying to throw it back to when I was like young. Um, and I had these mad Reeboks that kind of looked like the '97 Bullets, but I loved them because they zipped from the toe up. They were doing weirdness.
Hey, I love Reebok though.
But that's major.
I
That's
got so
major
much
for a
time for
bag.
Reebok.
But I had Nike
Yeah.
Dunks and stuff and that. But like my family, I think with like other people probably been on here, and I think a lot of people in kicks in general, like my family weren't in the position of buying me kicks. Like I got one pair of kicks a year just because you needed something on your feet. It wasn't necessarily a fashion thing, or you had multiple pairs. Probably why me and probably a lot of people in the game are kind of obsessive about it now because you can go get them.
I hear that. And speaking of your family, like one thing I always need to ask, you get me, because when I was growing up, similar to what you just described, man, kicks were definitely not priority. You get me? Like definitely not no fashion statements going on in my yard when I was growing up. I tell you that for nothing, G. You get me? Like just pure necessity. So I had to go through what I refer to as the holy grails. You get me? I'll mention a few names and see if you remember, or like if you had to go through it yourself, or if you just vaguely remember them as well. So when I say like, obviously we mentioned the plimsolls. Plimsolls are classics. They're the foundation. You get me? So we all know about plimsolls. But when I say something like Gola, do you recognize Gola? You heard Gola before?
I remember having one pair like white with like little pink accent on them. But I must have been like,
You had a pair of Gola.
I must have been like 7, 8. Do you know what I'm saying?
But don't start caveating the Why are you caveating the thing? Live your truth, Shay.
I'm living it. I gotta explain it because these times, like I said, yeah, in North you had like one shoe shop. And it wasn't, you know, there's no, we've got a JD now, there's no Foot Locker, there's no nothing. Like, you were going Shoe Zone. Like, that's it, bro.
Shoe Zone. Shout out Shoe Zone. Oh, my days. I know Shoe Zone, man. Shoe Zone are still going, you know.
Don't know how.
They're still knocking the bar. I still see Shoe Zones. Yeah, man. Budget shoes are necessary, bro. Everything can't be 180 and 250 pounds. You get me? Somebody needs something for 250, bro. It's real talk. You get me? It's on the cost of living out here. You ever heard of Ball Boy shoes? It wasn't your demographic, but Ball Boy shoes.
I've heard of it, but I don't think it was around in like my kind of. I don't want to shade you. In my time, we're not that much different, but like.
There was there, bro. Shade, but no shade, but shade. Wait, they say you shouldn't ask a lady their age. Yeah, so I'm not asking you your age direct, but like, let's say, just are you a 80s baby, 90s baby, early 2000s? What to do? I feel like you're early 2000s.
I don't mind sharing my age. I'm 25, so I was born in 97.
Okay, so you're a 90s baby, full
bit,
team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just caught on there.
No, but that's respectful. Yeah, that's respectful. Don't mind. Now I'm an 80s thing, innit? So like, I was born in the hardest era that's ever been. You get me? So right. I mean, obviously, like without my era, there's none of this. That I'm saying, that red behind you, that fire red, that doesn't exist without my team. This one behind me, I was saying, like, I'm the guy. You get me? Like, even though I had no idea what was going on myself, but anyway, but no, that's calm, man. But the thing is, the thing that I like about, even though obviously referring back to like the Ball Boy and like the eras and stuff, like, and we could go down that list, man. I know you must know about High Tech and Dunlop and all them, man, there, right? But the thing that like brings us together, which is nice, yeah, is like, you know, like when you're broke and you got them struggle meals, sometimes you got them struggle kicks that just give you that bond. That mean, like you said earlier, man, when you get to a certain age and the money's right, you're up. You get me? You just need to redress that balance. You just need to make sure that like that's never an issue ever again, man. And look at you, man. You got wave runners behind you. And I'm saying you're doing your thing, man. Every other week you got Bapestas coming into the yard, bruv. You know what I mean? We're playing games. You get me? Like, I know your thing. You get me? So now you definitely come through to the other side. Talk to me. And this may have been what you were referring to earlier, but the first pair of shoes that you bought when you had money? What was that pair of shoes?
I think that was the Cement Fours. I think it was. I'm trying to think around that same time. It was a good time for kicks back then because I also got the like Cement Jordan 3s as well. Again,
Hard.
easy pickup.
Hard.
Mad times. Easy cops.
Yeah.
I'm a grade school
Super jealous,
size,
man.
so it was really easy back then. But
them ones there as well. That's a hack.
it's not anymore.
That is
not
an
anymore,
amazing hack. Yeah,
nah.
Yeah, I hear that. Oh, wow. Like, I don't think, even when I was in grade school, I don't think I was a grade school size, bro. Man's been a size 12 as long as I can remember, man. UK 12. For anyone out there that wants to send me anything, UK 12. You get me? UK 12. But yeah, no, I feel that. One random question that came to my mind a couple of days ago, and I feel like I want to debut it with you because, funnily enough, it is called the debut. Is there a way, when you buy shoes, right, do you just wear them straight away, or do you take a bit of time to work them into your rotation? How does it work for you? I
can't just wear them straight away. I feel like if I got a new pair of kicks that even needs to be an occasion or an outfit, I can't just dust them. They feel like you said, they need to be debuted. They need to be brought out with some shine. Do you know what I mean? I can't just dash them on and go shop real quick. Like, I want to stunt the first time I put them on my feet. Like, I'm gassed I got this pair. Like, I need to show out.
Shout out to Patrick T, because when I asked Patrick T about I think he got the Armour Man fours, and he was like, when they came in the yard, he was like, fam, I was looking for a reason to go out. He's like, you man need petrol, yeah, I'm out. Just go corner shopping the area, man. Yes, bro. No, but I respect that because I feel like I'm a little bit similar in the sense that, like, I almost mood board my kicks. I don't just buy them because I just buy them. Like, I've been visualizing them in my mind. I've been visualizing the fit. You get me? Like, so I'm like, I want, especially that first time round. You get me? Like, I have a little bit of anxiety, if I'm being honest. I have a little bit of like, okay, is that going to work? Is that going to work? And I might even put them on with the fit that I was going to try and start walking out and be like,
it's not ready.
It's not ready.
Needs a little bit more time.
I switch them out. Yeah. No, it needs a little bit more. I've done that. I mean, my wife will attest to the fact, like, especially with the Jordan 1s, like the Lost and Founds, I had a fit in my mind, I was going to wear them with some cargos, right? And I had some particular cargos that I wanted to buy, so I bought them. It was black cargos, and I was like, yeah, these are going to be the ones. When I put them on with the cargos, they were slightly tapered. And I was thinking, because of the taper, that was going to work perfectly.
The high
because of
collar
the, like, sort of like the narrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was going to work perfectly. But there was a cuff on the cargo, and the cuff was too tight to my leg, and it didn't go over the shoe, and it just sat on top of the shoe. And I was like, nah, it's not doing what I want it to do, man. It's not doing that. No, it's not giving. That's what I needed to say, Shay. It wasn't giving me that give. You get me? So I said to myself, nah, it's not right. It's not right. You get me? And then a couple of days later, I dropped them with the tapered jeans, and the tapered jeans made sense because they dropped straight, went over the collar. Everything was correct. The pattern was nice. I'm saying you're walking with confidence at that point, man. You need that. You need that. Are you similar to myself?
100%. And I think anyone who knows me or follows me knows, like, I'm a big fashion person. So for me, the outfit is equally as important as the kicks. Like, everything's kind of got to go and don't know, be a whole vibe together. But I know you're talking about the Lost and Founds, and here's my beef that I needed to bring up with you, PROZECH, if I'm honest, right? Yeah, I mean,
me, bro, I'm here, bro.
I'm gonna bring it, right? Because do you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm coming on. Do you know what I'm saying? I know some people you've had on, like you said, Pat and ACS and everything. So I was watching through it, and you were talking about the Lost and Founds, and you started cussing the fact I got the black laces in. And I was like, they came for me, yeah?
Are you serious? Shay Kray would have got LNFs and put black laces in. You think you're MJ? You've lost your mind.
Come on. I guarantee you right now, yeah? If you'd put them cargos on with the black laces, you would have been blessed.
Oh my days. You
I
think
wore
so?
these
Yeah.
today. I wore these today, yeah, and I was
Chatting.
getting ready for work. I was watching your pod, yeah, and then all of a sudden I was getting cussed out of nowhere, and I was like, I'm not letting this slide.
Oh my days, that's hilarious. Now, first and foremost, yeah, I mean, Pat may have known. I certainly didn't know that that was your flavor. You get me? But I respect it. I respect it. It's just not my thing. You get me, man? That black lace. See, I love it. Yeah, when a tongue and a lace color match. I love that. I didn't know I loved it until I saw it, and then when I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. You know them ones there when you see something, when your mind is revealed to something.
It's an epiphany.
It's like, now I'm seeing it. You know, when this is it. I feel like that's the vibe, especially with that shoe, because that shoe, I feel like it's such a statement. I waited so long to get it, and it just needed to be done that way. And the thing is, I know why you're doing the contrast. I know why you're doing it, because you're a show off. You want people to look at your stuff, and I get it. I'm a subtle dude. I'm a calm guy. You're a show off. You get me? It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be real with you though. Now you said your point. I'm a bit like, I might have to try that right decision.
Try it. I'm telling you now. Yeah, you won't regret it, bro. You won't regret it, man. It's definitely a vibe. You know what we're gonna do now? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We need to jump into the EST and KIC. And when I say EST, I'm referring to the oldest, the newest, the rarest, expensivest, cheapest, the best. You get me? EST. What is the oldest pair of shoes you currently have in your collection?
The oldest pair I got, right, is probably going to shock people because I think it's an Air Max. And people think I have problems with Air Maxes. I don't. I can't remember what they were called, but here's how old they were. I wore them to prom because I refused to conform. I didn't want to go prom. I didn't want to dress girly. I didn't want to do all that. So I was like, I'm going to go get a pair of kicks. So that was a long time ago. I don't know exactly what pair they were, but they were like a black and white, just standard pair Air Max.
Air Max what though? Air Max 90s.
Yeah.
Respect it. Fully respect it. All right, man. Well, you still got them, or they're just the oldest ones you remember? No, I still got them
because I can't throw away kicks. Wow. Even if it's crumbling, I can't get rid of it. I don't know. I hold sentimental value in my kicks, so a lot of my kicks are in storage, and I'll never wear them again. But I just can't bring myself to throw them out.
No, I respect that. You're holding it from prom days, you know. No, I respect it. That's very, very cool. So talk to me, what, like, your most recent pickup, your newest pair of kicks?
I can actually grab them. It's a bit left field, because I did get another pair, but I returned them. I actually got a pair of Y3s, and everyone hates them. But, I don't care. I wanted a different vibe this year. And since, let's not talk too much Kanye West, but since the whole fiasco, I figured I kind of like the Yeezy-esque looks, but I don't really see big things coming from Yeezy at the minute.
Interesting.
So I was, going down a little bit of a different path, hence why the Y3s.
Bring them Y3s back, because we didn't see them fully on screen. Let's bring them on screen, like, so you can fully see them. Do you know what? I feel like I recognize them. Do you know what the name is on those?
The high quazzers, Y3s. Yeah.
High quazzers. Well, Y3 definitely had a very strong moment, like, a few years ago. Like, it was a very, obviously, because it's quite a different, it's highly designed, like, high price point, like, definitely like a very sort of like high fashion kind of like couture vibe. Yeah. It gives me that fashion vibe. You get me? That fashionista vibe. You get me? Like all asymmetric and different. And so definitely had a moment, and I respect it, man. And when you're saying about the sort of faux Yeezy vibe, I definitely get that from a lot of the shoes that Adidas was. I remember, like, before I got into Yeezys proper, I remember Adidas did, I think they were called the Tubular, and they were very similar to Yeezys. And I was like, wow, them man are just like,
Well,
They're just helping everybody out, man,
these
because
have
a lot
got
of
the
man can't
tubular
get the
design on them.
Yeezys.
Like I was reading up about it when I got them and stuff and did the review, and it said that they kind of, kept that tubular design around the sole and that. Yeah.
Really? Wow, look at Prosy with the knowledge, man. The tubulars,
But you just knew
I
it.
pulled that one out the
Yeah.
back door, man. Yeah, man, just there, man. No, I respect it, man. And as I said, Wifey definitely had a moment, man. So I'm about it. And you know what you're saying is interesting in terms of this year, trying to do something different. Talk to me about that, because obviously, like when you've been in the game for a while in terms of collecting, obviously things can just get like very similar. There's only so many silhouettes, and obviously sometimes we're a little bit funny when it comes to new silhouettes being made or whatever. Sometimes it takes a while for them to get really adopted into the into the culture. So it's a lot of the same, and it's a lot of the same silhouettes. And if you're not getting like retros or like cool colorways that are really sort of hitting, it's just like a lot of the same stuff. So you decided to do something a bit different this year. What's your flex this year?
I mean, I'm probably gonna get called out, but I'm trying to go a bit more. I'm not trying to go more designer, but I'm trying to go a little bit more high end in some cases and just different, because I pretty much primarily just collected Jordans since I was like, 14, 15. That's like 10 years. So I'm a bit like exhausted, like about how many Jordan ones you can pick up or whatever.
I hear that.
It does get very. Don't get it wrong. There's still colorways that I'm going to go for and that I like, and I'll definitely pick up. Like I know there's some Jordan 3s and that coming out soon that I'm definitely going to try and get. But it just feels like, I don't know. It feels a bit stagnant. I kind of want to switch up.
I respect that, because the other thing that some people need to get, like, to understand, I should say, is that, like, to be in the culture doesn't require you to cut every single shoe.
I mean, I respect it, but I see certain
necessary.
people. I mean, I would love to be one of these people with whole shoe rims and that. And it's just like the silhouette in every single color, and it's just like, I get it. It's cool, I guess, but like, it's just the same shoe in a different color. Like, I want it to have something about it, or for me to really like it, not just grab every color going.
No, I'm the same. I'm a story guy, and I don't mind where the story comes from, whether the story comes from the brand, whether the story comes from the athlete, or whether the story comes from my pursuit of the shoe, just from loving the shoe and how I got the shoe. Like, I'm open to the story, but I need a story. It's not just a thing of, I like that silhouette, so I'm getting every single one of that silhouette, and it's not gonna work for me. You get me? I'm really like, I'm quality over quantity. Like, and don't get it twisted, because on Kicks Chronicles I make a point of saying, like, we're not about collections, we're about connections. It's about the culture, right? Actually about your love, right? But I don't begrudge anybody having a massive collection if that's what you want. Have a great, like, do your thing. It's your money, bro. Do your thing, you get me? And I see shoes as investment. So if you've got every Jordan 1, bro, you're up in a way. If it came time for you, you know what I'm saying? If it came time for you to need to sell or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, you've got investments there that you can turn in and make money from. So I'm not knocking it, but I agree with you, man. It's not every Jordan 1 that comes out that I'm up for, bro. It's not every single one. Like, certain ones I'm down for. Same with the Yeezys. I'm a massive Yeezy fan. You get me? Like, we'll touch on the Yeezy for a second, actually, because you mentioned something and you were like, I don't really want to get into it. But fam, let's touch on it a little bit, because ultimately we've spoken about it a lot. But I just want to, like, from what I heard, the last thing I heard was that Adidas have lost like about 1.3 bill, and they're like,
they want it back.
So I heard they want it back.
I don't even know what to do with that information, if I'm honest.
What do you think?
It's the maddest thing. Like, it was, throw it back to, do you know what I mean, the last couple months, whatever. All those Yeezy rants and like Instagram being a madness, and them finally cutting ties and everything. And I don't know. I know people were not upset that he was gone, but obviously they were going to still release shoes under the Yeezy brand, and people were like, that's not the same, we don't want that. But then equally, if they bring him back, I think people are going to be like, where's, you don't, I don't know, you don't have any morals, or you can't keep what you've said to be true, and you clearly just want it for the money. I don't know where people are going to lie with that, really.
Do you know what? It's definitely going to be an interesting like situation if it does pan out that is the case. People are going to look at it in one or two ways. They're going to say, you know what? A lot of people, and this is me, I was like, okay, you are saying you're going to put out Yeezys without Yeezy. I'm not on it. Just telling you now. You get me? I haven't been on new Yeezys.
Yeah, I've kind of got all the pairs I want. I feel happy with mine.
You get me? This is it. I'm a retro guy. When it comes to Yeezys, I'm a retro guy. So the ones I wanted, I've got, and the ones that the retros that you haven't brought out are the ones I'm looking for. So I'm looking for the turtle doves, looking for the pirate blacks, looking for the 950s, and those are the 700, like 750s, whatever. Those are the ones I'm looking for. If you're bringing them out, I might chat to you. But any 350 V2 that you're thinking about bringing out in some random color, like any random 700 that you're thinking about, start happening. You get me? Like I've got all that I need. But on the flip side of that, as you said, right? If they do come back together, people are gonna look at Adidas as,
bro? Like, come on.
Look what you said. You said you were gonna bring. You know what I'm saying, like, look what you said, and now you just go running back to the man because you're gonna lose out on your money. The truth of the matter is, from an Adidas perspective, is number one, they do have shareholders and they do have a responsibility to their shareholders as a business. So they have a responsibility to drive profit. They have a responsibility to drive revenue, create revenue, and be profitable as a business. So I understand them doing whatever they need to do in order to be profitable. They've lost a significant amount of market share, right? Like New Balance are on their back, right? Massively, right? Just aggressively taking their market share. Right? It's a different world entirely. So they've got to try and say to themselves, you know what? Honestly, what else do we have?
Yeah, we saw
Ivy
those
Park
figures.
is a flop.
Yeah.
Like Ivy Park is a flop, right? Fear of God hasn't put anything out because I'm sure he's just shook, like, to even associate his whole life with Adidas right now. So, like, it does make sense if you wanted to go back to Yeezy. Does make sense because, like, you know it's tried and tested, and you know that it's got that crossover. Like people that don't even know about kicks know about Yeezys. You get me? Like, so it might make sense from that perspective. But yeah, there's definitely
quickly
a lot
on
more
that,
to unpack.
Kanye being Kanye, I think he would just have fun with it and not go back. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna rinse it, and he's gonna be like, "You're nothing without me."
He'll play hard to get.
He's gonna have his God complex and
yeah, that he'll turn into Jesus, and it'll just be a thing again. Yeah, no, he needs to work on that. My thing from that perspective is that I think he needs to have a little bit of humility as well. Don't get it twisted. When he's going to that negotiation table, if he does, like he's the A side at that point, because you know they're coming back to him. But yeah, he's the A side, and be in your bag, my G. Like 100%, do your thing, right? But also know that no other brand was touching you with a basketball.
But he got kicked out of Skechers.
Like, it wasn't happening. You get me? Like Skechers, bro. So, like, I mean, obviously things weren't going right. You can't just walk into any other door like you. I'm saying, and maybe he didn't really care. Maybe he didn't really pursue it as hard as maybe we think he was doing it. But ultimately, like, I don't think he can just come back to Adidas and be like, yeah, you guys, like, there needs to be some kind of mediation there. But definitely he's the A side now, so they just need to. I think a discussion is going to be had about the IP.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely going to be a discussion in terms of like the ownership of those silhouettes going forward, whether they're transferred into him or whether they're 50-50 from now on, or something needs to be done about the IP, because for him to be in a situation where the 350 V2, the 700,
all the big boys, all the top ones is like gone.
All the best ones, like, and he got the slide of all the shoes. He got the slide. What was that about? That was crazy to me. So yeah, there definitely needs to be something happen in terms of that, man. But let's come back to the EST. I want to know, what are your rarest pair of shoes with Shay Kray?
Rare. See, I catch L's. I don't consider nothing I have rare, if I'm honest. Maybe some of my older pairs, like the cements and stuff, are probably harder to get now. I'm trying to look around. Obviously, I've got a few pair of Bapestas and stuff. I mean,
Bapestas.
they're getting sued now, but
That's a good shot. Yeah, definitely getting sued now. And yeah, that was actually because you're one of the people that are in the game that like ride heavy for Bape as well, which I respect because I'm a big Bape fan. Like I've been riding for Bape since probably like '06. So like I got my first pair of Bapestas probably like early 2000s. Got a white like patent pair of Bapestas, and I was like, these are so sick. Like these are actually live. You get me? Like, and there was so much talk of them just being fake Air Force Ones. Like, but the question that I always had in my mind is, why would you fake an Air Force One? Like
I mean,
£70.
Yeah.
Why would you fake an Air Force One? Like, you don't have to fake an Air Force One. Air Force Ones are cheap to make. So, like, why would you need to fake? Faking a Jordan, I get. Faking, like, I'm saying, like, some of these big boys, I get. But faking an Air Force One, of all the things to fake, why would you do it? So I kind of got the vibe, and then I delved deeper, and then I'm understanding more of the brand. And yeah, I fell in love with the brand, man. But yeah, your Bape journey, man. How did that happen, man? Because I see you rock out with Bape a lot, man.
It's hard to pinpoint, like, when it started. But I feel like, I mean, to be fair, this might actually be like another like Kanye link, weirdly. A lot of my stuff stems from just growing up being like a massive hip hop nerd, and obviously Bape, especially like early 2000s, whatever, was heavy.
They had a strong.
So I think I always kind of, when I was younger, like I always looked up to rappers and was like, I never cared about the girls in the videos. I wanted to be the man them in the video. So I was like, I want the kicks, I want the tracky, I want the, like. So I think it was from that. And when I was younger, again, like no way in hell can I afford Bape. So then when I got older and I could start acquiring pieces, it just kind of got a little bit out of control, maybe a little bit.
Nah, yeah, but I respect it, and I hear what you're saying, man, because they had such a strong moment, man. Like, obviously, Pharrell, Clips, Lil Wayne, like, and Kanye, because Kanye had his Bapestas as well, like his custom Bapestas as well. Like, there were a lot of people, like, in the game that were pushing Bape or whatever, and Nigo did his thing. Nigo was out there with, like, BBC, Billionaire Boys Club, Ice Creams and all that with Pharrell and stuff. Like, it was definitely out there, man. Like, in London, like when I was growing up, and there was literally only one place in London you could get Bape stuff. Like literally, they had the Bape store in the West End. Like, and right, so I remember it was like there was one Bape store. It's called the Busy Workshop, right? 2006, 2000, right? And then there was a Greg's. And then there was another shop called The Hideout where BBC stuff was, right? And so it was literally like this little, and it wasn't even like a full road. It was literally just part of a square. But yeah, the
Greg's
Busy
in the
Works, Greg's or whatever. So I was like, Farrah. The Greg's was the most
They knew what they were
elite.
doing. They were getting that passing trade, you know.
They knew, bruv. They knew what they were doing, bruv. That Greg's was so elite. I said, nah, man, these Greg's, man, they know how to get about, man. I respected it so much, man. But yeah, man, massive Bape fan as well, man. Massive Bape fan as well. Talk to me, yeah? Your most expensivest pair of kicks. Now, these can be how much you pay for them or how much they are worth.
I genuinely don't look about how much my kicks are now, because I don't really sell my kicks unless it's something I've never worn. So I don't really read into that.
That's true. I hear that.
My Bapestas are normally pretty pricey, but I think I paid more resale for my wave runners. Not by a lot,
really?
Not by a lot, but they probably just tip it. But I was desperate for the wave. The guys on SWO will vouch for this, how bad I wanted them. And they did the Yeezy Day, and they were redropping it. And they all got a pair but me.
Are you serious? I got mine on Yeezy Day, bro. I can't even lie. I got mine on Yeezy Day. I needed it. I needed it. So that is terrible.
My birthday wasn't that long after, and I was like, I don't care how much it costs you. I was like, I'm getting them for myself. So I did shell out a little bit on StockX for them.
But the waves are super hard. I got them right behind me. Like, definitely when I got into the game, one of the shoes that I said to myself,
Elite pair,
yeah, I slept.
honestly.
This shoe is absolute fire. Like, on every level. Like, like I love that shoe. Like, yeah, I got so much time for that shoe. Like, in general, like, a lot of people that know me, I'm a comfort guy. It's a comfortable shoe. It's not the most comfortable Yeezy, obviously, but like, in terms of its design, in terms of the color blocking, like, it's all like this mishmash
Yeah.
of colors that just work. You get me? Just everything just, it's like, but, and then it just works. Like, I respect it so much, man. So, massive fan of the 700, and yeah, not mad at you having to shell out a little bit of resell to get those kicks, man. Not mad at that at all. Your cheapest pair of shoes, Shay?
Cheap. It's probably just going to be a boring white on white Air Force One. It's probably going to be the cheapest. Again, I'm a grade school size, so I can finesse it a little bit. But that being said, there's definitely some steals. Like, I think I'm looking, I can see over there, like, I got the Jordan 11 cool greys. And I think, obviously, grade school size, I think they must have cost me like 90 quid at the time. So.
Oh, my days, man. The cool greys. Yeah. Oh, is it not last year, but the year before? It was like the end of that year. It was. Maybe I'm missing it up actually, but it was definitely in the last year and a bit. When Cool Greys had a moment, and yeah, but
I was
there was a
happy.
lot
I
of
was
them though.
happy. I
I
could
remember there was a
secure
lot of
it.
them. Yeah, no, I thought it was a nice colorway still, a nice colorway. So Jordan 11 Cool Greys, definitely in a grade school size, man. That hack is so sweet, man. I wish, man. I wish I could get involved in that thing, man. But yeah, I'm not mad at it. Your most comfortable, so your best and most comfortable, like when you're bopping to the shops, what's the shoe that you're drawing for?
See, most comfortable, it's probably going to have to be a Yeezy. I just chatted about the waves, so I don't want to bring the waves. I'm probably going to bring the 450s, which is another hated shoe, but I just love shoes that everyone hates.
Very comfortable shoe, though. I respect it.
I've got like the white
Fair
ones. They
enough.
look more like clouds. It's less.
Okay, respect. The other one saying you got the pretty ones. You get me? That man out there with the black one just looks like a gorilla's foot. But what I was so surprised about with those with the 450s, like once you get past how the shoe looks, it actually rivals a lot. Considering it doesn't have like boost in it, it actually really rivals a lot of the other models in terms of comfort. Like when I put it on, I was surprised how comfortable it was just to put it on and walk around in it. And I didn't walk around in it for super long. I think I only had it for a few days or whatever. But like in terms of like throughout the day,
It's just like a sock
still
runner.
really
It's like any
comfortable.
kind of like kick that's like that. It's easy.
Nah, I respect it. I like it. Yeah, the 450 definitely raised some eyebrows when it came out, man. But I think it's just one of them ones where you have to put it on to really understand. So what I want to ask you, yeah, is like you've been doing content.
I
Have you
just
been
tell
doing
people a
content?
year. At this point, I don't even remember. It's been longer than a year. Probably like a year and a half, maybe even closer to 2. But I wasn't really taking it serious at the beginning, so I'm always like a year kind of grafting. I say.
And then how did you sort of get to the point of saying, you know what, I wanna start producing content
I got bullied
related to
into it. This
sneakers? Like
wasn't the
how did you
plan.
arrive at
This
that?
was never the plan. I got bullied up. I just used to post on Instagram like on like stories and that. I just used to do like little video snaps of just me like talking nonsense. And people would DM me and obviously like they knew I was into kicks and they'd be like, "Oh, you're kind of funny. You should start a channel." Like I'd watch it and everything and I was like, "Why would anyone watch me? Like what are they chatting about?" And then I made a bet with myself one day that I really wanted the Adidas, I think ZX, which they did a collab with Bape. And I said to myself, if I win this shoe, I'm gonna
I
do a
remember
video on it.
those.
And I won it, so then I had to do the video. So
I respect it.
Yeah, yeah.
Were they the black ones? I got those as well. That is very, very cool. That is very, very cool.
Yeah, and I
Oh
did
my
one
days. So
video and I
that's where it
hated it because
started,
I
yeah?
felt like an idiot chatting to this like camera and everything. I was like, I'm not doing this again. And then every time I picked up shoes, I just was like, I'll just do a video, and it just kind of like snowballed and snowballed, and now like just past like 1K subs and that. So it's like pure accident.
Amazing, amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. That's awesome, man. Like people need to understand this journey, in terms of like being a creator of content. Like it can be quite lonely and it can be like a lot of hard work. Like because like you just talking to a camera on your own, or like editing and like getting all the bits together, just like figuring out what you're going to talk about and like going through the process.
Yeah,
Like it can be quite like taxing mentally or whatever. Like, and like when you get those sort of achievements, man, the 1K, some people might think about 1K like and just be like,
yeah,
oh, that's whatever. 1K is amazing. Like,
yeah.
family, if you've got 100 subscribers, you've done well. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, honestly, like, nobody needs to watch your content. Nobody need. Like, I'm saying, if I get one view, I'm happy. If you get one comment, I'm happy because ultimately, that's one more
Yeah.
that I'm saying is one more than I had the day before. You get me, like, and it's just all working towards you, like bettering your life, improving what you're doing, and that continuous improvement. You
Thank
get me,
you.
like, so I respect it, man. Congratulations on the 1K, man. That's awesome, man. Yeah, and yeah, we'll keep knocking down those things as well, man. Those targets, man. I know a lot more like content's coming. I know a lot more things are coming, and you'll keep on doing your thing, man. But yeah, like in terms of plans for this year, man, what are your plans in terms of content and that?
For content this year, I feel like I'm just gonna switch it up. So I'm still gonna do my sneaker unboxing videos, what I do my real time unboxings. But it's been really slow this year for kicks, and especially kicks that I want, and I'm trying to pattern down and not be buying so much because it's ridiculous, especially when you're doing a channel and stuff. Like you get so much stuff. And I also just don't have the time to edit as much as I used to. Like I've got a new job and I've got a lot of other stuff going on, so I'm gonna switch up the content. So for those who watch my unboxing videos, they're not going anywhere. You're still gonna watch me be a complete idiot. But I'm gonna switch up a little bit, add a bit more, vlogs, lifestyle, fashion. I want to do a bit of gaming, a bit of cooking as well because I'm rubbish. I'm rubbish at
Nice.
all of those things. And since people enjoy me being rubbish at opening shoes, they could probably enjoy me being rubbish at all the other things. So
Other things as well. Why not?
put it all on the table.
Nah, that's calm, man. That's calm. I respect it. I respect it. Yeah, I get where you're coming from as well, man. I feel like, yeah, diversify your thing, man. Why not? Why not, man? There's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like those that ride with you, and this is what it's all about. Like you're building a community, you're building a fan base, and people that ride with you are gonna ride with you regardless.
I
You
hope
get me?
so.
That's really what you want. You get me? No, this is it. This is what it's gonna be. I mean, ultimately, like you need to make this work for you. I 100% agree in terms of like time, like especially now that I'm doing the podcast. Like I literally have to edit like 2 hours
Yeah.
sometimes into a podcast. Like so, it's like if you've got a 2 hour piece of content, it's probably gonna take you like 6 or 7
Oh
hours to
yeah.
get that
But
down to
people
where
don't
it's managed.
realize
I'm
that.
saying like yeah, this is it. Like, so it's like I've got a wife, I've got responsibility, I've got a full time job, I've got daughter as well. Like, I have to, like, I can't. I'm just like, I wish. Like, sometimes I look back at the game and I'm like, fam, if I started this like when I was like in my early 20s, then it'd have been. But then I look at the game now, I look at the culture now, and I'm like, but everything's so up now,
Mm.
and it kind of just makes sense for us to be doing this now, and it's working. So it is just what it is. And obviously it's about prioritizing and just like doing what you can. And those that are gonna ride with you are gonna ride with you, man. But I respect what you're saying, man. Do what you can and keep it rolling and just try and be as consistent as you can. And I'm talking to myself as I'm talking to you because I'm like, this podcast, I need it to be the
Yeah.
biggest sneaker podcast in the whole world. That's what my mind is saying. I need to get there. You get me? Like, so I'm ready to chat to anybody. You get me? Like, so every week for 52 weeks of the year, I'm editing a podcast.
The
That's it,
dedication
bro.
is real.
This is it. Until I get to the point, yeah, where I can get a bit of sponsorship. Yeah, because you know where that money's going. If I get a bit of sponsorship, that money, for real, if I get a little sponsorship, that money's going straight to an editor. I can guarantee you that for nothing, bro.
What I need,
you get me?
honestly.
I'll pick, bro. If I get an editor, I'll be cooking with real gas. Bro.
I feel sorry for my editor because if anyone sees my videos, like honestly, the stuff I leave in, you should see the stuff I leave out. If I had an editor, I feel like they'd start holding me ransom, like to videos and stuff. Like,
for real, they'll be like, "Fam, you know, I've got this video of you acting very weird. You get me? Like, you might want to increase the rate, bro." No, I respect it. I respect it. Do you know what I wanted to ask you? Yeah, right. And forgive me, yeah, if this is a bit weird, yeah, right. But I want to know from your perspective. Because you're a sneaker fan, a sneaker aficionado, for want of a better term, you get me? But when you look at people possibly in a romantic way, right? Are you looking at their kicks as well? Talk
this
to
is funny,
me.
I literally just had this conversation the other day. Do you know what it is? Like, yes and no, because like I'll look at like a guy's kicks and like I genuinely don't care if he's not into kicks. Like, I really don't mind. I think it might actually be better for me because if there's two of us doing this is going to be too much. So I don't mind. I just kind of want him to just be familiar, you know, with a few silhouettes here or there. That's cool. So I mean, it can't be no madness. Like I said, I can't have no goalers out here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, within reason, but I definitely don't.
I respect it. Do you have any particular sneaker icks?
New Balance.
Really?
Like, it's a geography teacher, Creps.
Oh my days. 2023 Shay Kray has rocked the room, bruv. Are you serious? 2023, you're talking about New Balance like that? You and Pat are moving mad. I'm just being honest. You and Pat are moving mad.
I don't know. I didn't like it back in the day, and then I guess had its wave, and I can look at it and appreciate and go, do you know what? That's a nice colorway. I love everything that Joe Freshgood's done. Like, I like it. I just know it's not for me.
Wow.
And I just can't move past the compass in the field.
The
compass. I can't move past
and the
that.
field. The little, I was saying, the protractor.
This is it.
Oh, that's hilarious. Do you know what? Yeah, back in the day, yeah, you saw that N on someone's shoes, bro. That was like, fam, what are you doing? Like, you know,
little waterproof jacket.
I was saying, what are you doing? Just... But yeah, I mean, I can't deny it. I don't have any New Balance. I did purchase a 1906 part of the protection pack. I ended up shipping it out because it wasn't giving me really what I wanted. I really want the 2002 Rs. I'm going to just try and hold off and see what I can do with that. But I do get what you're saying. It took me a while for it to move into the right place in my mind, for it to be considered like as part of my potential collection or whatever. But yeah, some of you man are acting brazy though with the statements you're making. I can't lie.
I think though, like what you said earlier, and even though I denied it, like I'm not gonna say I'm a show off, but when it comes to kicks, I'm a show off, and New Balance just don't show.
I get it. They're not the most showy shoe. They are definitely always, even the ones that like have out their colorways, they're always gonna feel understated and like subtle. To me, they're always gonna feel like that. You get me? But But yeah, New Balance is interesting, man. New Balance is definitely interesting, and they're making waves. Yeah, they've definitely been aggressive, and they're definitely increasing their market
Oh,
size
they're
and stuff.
doing
They're
bits.
definitely
Like
doing
honestly,
bits, man.
yeah.
But it's gonna take a minute for it to get around. I feel like in terms of the high street, they've done a lot with the 327 and the 550. I feel like those shoes
Yeah.
put them out there for like the regular person. I like apart from the sneakerhead, and I feel like that's obviously increased their notoriety, their popularity, and stuff like that. But yeah, you're funny, man. Yeah, how can your sneaker it just be a whole brand? You just called it a
Look, I
whole
just say
brand.
it how it is,
Nah,
you
that's
know.
hilarious. That is hilarious. Give me just quickly, top 3 kicks of 2022.
Oh, right. You know I don't have no memory. I don't know what came out in 2022. You mad? I'm gonna call it out. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
just call it out.
I might not be able to give you. I might not be able to give you a top 3, but people are knowing.
Notable.
I'm gonna shout out Nocta every time.
What? What? Sorry. So hold on.
Come on.
Sorry. Are you that Terror Stepper? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, bad boy shoe. I got like every colorway but one.
Shay Kray. Are you?
Don't come for me.
Are you?
Don't come for
Shay
me.
Kray. Are you Cray Cray?
But they are trust me.
Shay Kray, are you Cray Cray, bruv? Them Terror Steppers, bruv. Are you okay, bruv?
But honestly, get yourself a pair.
Wow. So what is it about Drake's crazy Terror Steppers, bruv? What is it about them, man? There.
I love how you worded that. You said like crazy is like not to offend me.
Yeah.
I think for me, it has a certain nostalgia to it. Like, it takes me back to them, like, chunky Reeboks with the zips and all that stuff. And, like, when I was growing up, I was a big fan of, like, the 97 Silver Bullets and stuff. And for me, it's just in that same space. And it's just very reminiscent of stuff I had as a kid.
Okay.
And so that's my reason. And I like chunky shoes and that. And I don't know. It has absolutely nothing to do with Drake. A lot of people be like, "Oh, it's Drake." It's Drake. I don't care about Drake, yeah. Drake needs to put me on because I've been buying so many.
You're the one literally holding Knocked up, bruv. Because I don't think them kicks did very well. But I do respect the story. You get me? As I said earlier, like I'm a story guy, and if those shoes give you what you're looking for, then fam, do your thing. For me, them man are.
No, I'm not stopping until I get every man rocking a pair. Like, I'm.
Yeah, man, there, bruv. Hey, you're gonna have a big. There's a big challenge on your table, bruv. I'm just being real, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, I've got known as the Nocta girl. Like, people come to me now and be like, "Are you the Nocta girl? Can you help me with sizing?" I'm like, "Yes, I can hook you
really?
up, bro."
Oh, fam, maybe that's a nice little lane, to be fair. And I ain't gonna lie, yeah, some of the clothing that he's come out with has actually been pretty hard. Like some of the jackets and stuff have been real cold and that. So I can't really knock him entirely, but some of his shoe choices have just been nuts. I feel like he's had better shoes, if I'm being honest. But that being said, man, no hate, man. If that's what you like, then that's what you like. I respect it. I respect it. Yeah. I apologize. I called you Cray Cray. I apologize. I apologize. I'm gonna ask you a question. Yeah, it's a little bit different, right? You may have heard it before. I call it Desert Island Kicks. You're a castaway on a desert island. You don't know how you got there, but you've got 2 pair of shoes with you. What pair of shoes are they and why?
Number one is Nocta because they got that tread. You know they got that tread, yeah? I could be walking on sand, rocks, nothing. I'm going to be good. Wow. And they got the 3M on them, so if you're getting lost in that...
It's a little light. Yeah, for real.
It's a little light.
Right? Okay, I respect it.
And then I'm trying to think for comfort and that I might actually still again take the Silver Bullets, the 97s. I didn't realise how much I held them to my heart until I came on here, but they were a durable shoe. and it's, I don't know, solid, and they're comfy. You need some comfort if you're dashed on an island. So I feel like they'd be a shout.
I respect it. I mean, the silver in the bullet might take a little bit of a battering on the sandy beaches and that. I mean, if you're climbing on the rocks and that, but it's definitely a decent looking shoe. Actually, far beyond decent. It's a fantastic looking shoe. It's a classic. So I respect that. Yeah, maybe when you're climbing up for the coconuts and that, you're gonna use the Noctas. Yeah. Maybe
there you go.
the 90s.
And then I'll put on the 90s. The 97s will be for like when I get rescued. So
This
I
is
can
it.
fly
I respect it. That makes a lot more sense. All right, what we're gonna do now? Yeah, we're gonna do some quick fires. What I'm asking from you, Shay, right, is I need the answers to come from your chest. I don't want no dilly dally. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Right. In the same vein, I don't read fast. I might read slow. I don't know how it's gonna come out my mouth.
I don't know either. I don't think quick. So this is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be very good, right? But let's see what I got. Right, we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Starting with the biggest, Nike or Adidas?
Oh, Nike.
New Balance or Adidas?
Adidas.
Can you wear?
You knew that one.
Can you wear Nike and Adidas together? Yes or no?
Yeah, I've done it. I don't care. Bun the rules.
Shay Kray.
It's not always appropriate, but if you want to do it, live your life, innit?
Live your life. There's no rules. It's 2023. Oh, okay. Favorite non-Adidas / Nike brand?
Oh no. I will have to go Bapestas. We'll have to
Yeah, all day. I respect it. What is your Jordan number?
4.
YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok?
Instagram.
Favorite collaboration?
This isn't gonna be fast paced because now I've got to think who's collab with who.
I respect it. I'll give you a little bit.
Do you know what? I'm gonna choose the P rods.
Really? Oh yeah, they are hard. They are hard. The P rods, yeah.
Yeah.
Super hard shoe. Yeah, respect it. Vans or Converse?
Converse.
Laces or slip-ons?
Laces.
You default laces or are you doing patterns with your laces?
Default, I'm lazy.
Okay. I thought you were going to go patterns with that. Customs. So are you a custom designs? Yeah. So you're getting your shoes customs or are you just factory settings?
Nah, factory.
Socks or barefoot?
Oh, socks. Don't be raw in your toes. No.
Comfort or style?
Style.
Fresh and clean or beaten and battered?
Fresh and clean.
Washing machine or hand wash your shoes?
The hand wash. Who's dashing them in the washing machine?
You'd be surprised. Lows, mids or highs?
Highs.
Respect it. And lastly, triple blacks or white on whites?
As much as the gangster in me wants to say black, I'm going to go triple white.
Oh, that's calm. Congratulations, Shay Kray. You have completed your quick fire round. Almost unscathed. We may just have to have a quick chat about one thing that you said. You get me? And you did explain it. And you were quite eloquent in your explanation, yeah? But I just have to revisit it for 1 second, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, you've wore Adidas and Nike together, yeah? Can you just talk me through the outfit just so I understand what I'm looking at?
I think I've worn Adidas tracksuit bottoms with Nike Reacts.
That's the worst one. That is the that's the What's one?
No.
It's the bottom with the three stripes. You were wearing three stripes, didn't it? They were all the way to the floor.
I was.
Oh
But
my days.
this was back when you used to tuck your like bottoms into your socks, and I had like the Fear of God socks in, and it was the colours matched. If I pulled you out the outfit, yeah, it worked. I'm telling you, it worked.
Wow. Just
I don't do it anymore, if I'm honest with you. Like, I don't, because it makes me cringe. But I don't like people who rag on people for doing it. Like, I feel like if that's your thing, do your thing.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think, like, obviously we've said it many times, 2023, do your thing, man. If that's what you've got, like, I'm like, it is what it is, man. But like, I'm a little bit older, I can't lie. I'm a little bit older. I'm from a different world, and as much as I want to be like new aged, and it's all good, bro. Like I'm saying, like just wear what you want to wear, bro. Like a part of me is like, fam,
it hurts your soul.
Like still. A little bit, just a little bit. And the other thing is,
I don't do it anymore. But I'm not gonna sit on here and cap and say I didn't.
But I respect the honesty. The other thing for me, yeah, right, just logistically now, yeah, there are so many legit like tracksuit brands and like other brands that you can wear, right, where you don't necessarily have to wear a Nike Tech with your Yeezys, bro. You don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like you can get like legit stuff like to wear that's like sort of like middle of the road where it doesn't like it's not Adidas or Nike. It's just you can wear all your shoes with all of it, sort of thing. So that's where I am now. Like I try to stay away from like tracksuits and stuff that are like one branded. I try and just go like not one branded, sorry, that are like either Nike or Adidas. I try like just go for some different stuff nowadays, man. Like just so I could just rock whatever I want to rock with the kit. You get me? But just a little bit of like advice for you, man, that are out there rocking your tech fleeces with your Adidas. Just stop it. Stop it. Right. So before I let you go, man, and this has been really, really awesome, man. I don't know if you realize we've been talking for over an hour. Like it's just gone like that, man. So I really respect it and I really appreciate your time, Shay. I can't tell you. But before I let you go, I just want to understand from your perspective, the term sneakerhead. What does that mean to you?
Mm-hmm. So for me, like in the simplest form, it's just someone who's into kicks. I don't think you need the biggest collection or the biggest knowledge. Certainly when I was collecting, I didn't know all the terms and names of everything. I didn't know everything. I don't think you need to know everything. I think you just need to have a passion, and if you like it, you like it, and that's all that needs to be said.
I fully respect it. Fully respect it. And with all of that being said, Shay Kray, are you a sneakerhead?
I'm gonna have to say yes, aren't I? I'm gonna have to. I can't.
If you don't say it, I'll say it. 100%, man. 100%. No, you're 30. 100% sneakerhead. Because ultimately, you've been on there talking to me for over an hour, and the passion and the love and the time that you put in and all of these different things, man, they equal sneakerhead. There's no like amount of shoes that you need to have in your collection that will say, oh, okay, I've got 20 kicks now, so now I'm a sneakerhead. It don't work like that. It's like you said, man, it's the love, it's the passion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's those stories, that nostalgia, that romance that we had. You get me? Like from when we were growing up, from when we were young and then all the way to now, man. So yeah. 100% Kicks Chronicles certified Shay Kray sneakerhead, officially sneakerhead. You get me? And with all of that being said, this has been your Kicks Chronicles. Thank you so much once again. Can you tell the millions and millions that will watch, listen, absorb this content? Can you tell them how they can get in contact with you, how they can support what you're doing? Tell them.
Yeah, so big up to the millions listening, watching.
The millions.
We're speaking it into existence.
That's what I'm talking about, G.
So you can catch me. I'm pretty simple to find. You can catch me at Shay Kray on pretty much everything. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. More content is coming all the time on all those platforms. And I just want to shout out PROZECH as well. Big up yourself because you are doing bits. So love for having me on in it.
I respect it, man, and thank you so much for just honouring the invite. Even from early, when Ash and the man them over there shouted me to come on SWO, man. I felt like when I came on, that was the first podcast that I don't even think I've done another podcast apart from that. You get me? It was the first podcast I did. I was just starting out in my content journey, and you, man, reached out, and it was like, that's nice, man. That's nice. You don't realize, how much those things really mean to people. Because obviously, when you're trying to get into something that you've really just been doing on your own, and to realize that people are actually watching your stuff, and people that are like-minded, and people that are also in the game or whatever, like producing content, like your peers are watching you. And and they appreciate what you're doing, man. It meant a lot to me, man. So I respect.
Oh, yeah, we're rooting for you. Trust.
No, man. And same here, bro. Same here, 100%. Like, I want us all to win. Like, I really, really want us all to win, man. I feel like there's so much space for us. I feel like the industry is growing, it's thriving, and there's opportunities for each and every one of us, man. So yeah, shout out SWO, shout out everything that you are doing. People, make sure to go and show Shay Kray a lot of love. You get me? She's been amazing on the pod. Once again, this has been Kicks Chronicles, your sneaker and lifestyle podcast. We've gone through Shay Kray's sneaker history, and it's been absolutely amazing. So yeah, my people, big PROZECH in the building. It's been amazing. And until I see you, man, down the roads, stay blessed. That's what's up, man. That's how you do a podcast, G. Thank you for listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube. Audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.